Hey everybody, welcome back to the Polymesh YouTube channel. I'm Graham Moore, the co-founder and head of tokenization at the Polymesh Association. And today I'm excited to interview Tyler Vinson, the CEO of REtokens. So Tyler, we've been working together for a while now. We just had some very exciting news come out and really just wanted to sit down with you and talk about it so people can learn more about REtokens and how REtokens and Polymesh are changing the future of real estate. So to get started, can you just give a quick intro of REtokens?
Yeah, absolutely. REtokens is a pioneering tokenization and investment management platform. So we tokenize real estate assets to make them more accessible and or provide more liquidity out there in the marketplace. And we provide a software platform that not only allows for the tokenization, but allows issuers and investors alike to be able to manage their tokens and really take real estate investments to an unprecedented level.
Great. And then what's your background? How did you get into this?
Yeah, my background is investment real estate. I've got about 25 years in the investment real estate industry. I started out buying smaller multifamily properties and then moved into larger apartment buildings and commercial buildings and bought a lot of houses in there along the way. Creative deal structure, creative finance has always been my forte. It's what I've loved most about investment real estate. So when I learned about tokenization, when I learned how to make the ownership digital and be able to fractionalize that ownership into real ownership units, it just paired perfectly with what I've always envisioned for the future, which is a much more level playing ground for real estate investors across the board.
That's great. And so I think at this point, we've announced $30 million in real estate being tokenized by REtokens on the Polymesh blockchain. Can you talk a bit about those assets?
Yeah, absolutely. So the assets that we've tokenized on chain right now, one of them's a 32 unit apartment building, and they'll actually have a hospitality aspect over in Texas, kind of the Gulf of Mexico area. Beautiful properties, and that's by Island Sky is the issuer on that. So fantastic project there. They're in development. I've had the project for some time, but they're in the kind of the wrapping up phase. So it's a perfect time to take a look at a project like that. We also have an acquisition fund for multifamily buildings and storage facilities in the Pacific Northwest. That's targeting Washington, Idaho, and Arizona. So kind of that Pacific Northwest area. Primarily Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho, Boise area. So that will have a portfolio of cash flow real estate in it, and they've tokenized that fund. Also, of course, the Old Stone Church in Fort Collins, Colorado. That's kind of the hot topic because it's so unique. So I'm definitely excited to talk about that one, and it's tokenized on chain. So those are the ones that are on chain, as well as, of course, our equity offering at REtokens. And we do have another approximately 70 million that's under contract that we're just working through legal and should come onto platform within the next 3 to 4 weeks.
That's awesome. And so that church news, that's what just came out a couple days ago. We're recording this Wednesday, August 21st. So no one's ever done this before. It's the first ever tokenized church, only one in the whole entire world, and it's only available through REtokens on the Polymesh blockchain. So why now? Why did this church decide to do this?
Yeah, well, if you talk with Blake, it was very much a God thing. It's just he felt inspired to do it. He wasn't even really familiar with tokenization at the time. And as he started doing some research, he found REtokens and saw what we did, that we tokenized real estate and tokenized various types of real estate. I think that's one significant difference with REtokens versus some of the other tokenization platforms out there. Most of what you see is going to be, $20 million high rises and institutional investors and all of that. And although we love our institutional friends, we're truly building a tokenization and investment platform for almost everybody. And so that's what makes something like Old Stone Church a viable asset to tokenize for RE tokens. As far as Old Stone and the House of Prayer that Blake Bush runs, he very much wanted to make community impact. He very much wanted to bring people together for a common cause, and that allows the entire community and beyond to actually have a piece of ownership in this. So I have no doubt, I think there'll be legacy investors that go to the church that want to invest in that church and keep it in their family. I also think that what's really significant about Old Stone and what Blake has is they really have a network of ministries or a network of churches. So what that means is that multiple churches or multiple ministries use this same building. And it's a very cool model, and probably a model that'll be adopted by churches moving forward, because you got a lot of small to medium sized congregations that really can't buy a church like that on their own. So this allows more of a team effort, more of a community effort, a synergistic effort to be able to acquire a building like this to execute those ministries.
That's great. And I mean, we've had tons of coverage about this. It seems like everybody on the internet is talking about it. We got an article in Forbes. We've seen Cointelegraph talking about it. We saw Fox 31 in Denver, Yahoo Finance, Quartz, 99 Bitcoins, crypto news. Like, it seems to be everywhere. What was that like? You know, are you seeing a huge influx in website traffic? Are people contacting you? What's it been like the last few days?
Yeah, it's been a blessing, right? I mean, there's been a lot of traffic, not only to the site, but a lot of folks coming to retokens.com and creating accounts to invest in projects that are on the site. It's been pretty surreal. I mean, I think, counted over 50 media outlets who've positioned the story really as their own, and pretty much all of them are linking to REtokens, to Polymesh. And that's fantastic, because what we're doing and what we're building together is really significant. So it's nice to see those. In fact, at REtokens, we're putting together a media page where somebody can go and see all the various articles on there and go check out whatever ones they're interested in. But it's been fantastic. And you know, I really think it's the beginning, because again, those, whether it's a church or who knows what the next unique property that REtokens is able to tokenize, I think it opens up people's perspective of what real estate tokenization can really be. So it's been great.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody in the Polymesh Discord today talk about how many people actually REtokens has already onboarded onto Polymesh straight through your platform. So that's been great to see.
Yeah.
Any on the news and media and stuff? Any fake news that's been out there?
Yeah, there's definitely some fake news anytime you've got something like this. We've had anything from REtokens is from Switzerland, which isn't the case. I've seen some quotes out there of things I said that I didn't say. You know, Forbes had a pretty interesting twist in their story. I think they wanted to add a little sensationalism to sell their story a little bit. But all in all, it's been extremely positive. It really has just been talking about the fact that we tokenize real estate assets. We do it on the Polymesh blockchain, although I think that they've had that a little bit wrong. They've said a private blockchain when it's a public permissioned blockchain. But all in all, it's been very good. And you've seen the spectrum. Everybody from, you know, Cointelegraph, or somebody that really knows what tokenization is and talks about it, or say Street Insider that is talking about that process. We've seen some commercial real estate outlets talk deeply about it. And then we've seen the Denver news station, I believe it was one in Colorado, I believe they said some process called tokenization. So it was obviously very, very new to the editor that put that story out. So it's been fun to watch.
And in working with Blake and with the church, you know, anything you learned throughout that process, anything novel or unique, maybe specific to churches, or maybe just, you know, a tokenization of this size or in that region, and anything new that you've learned?
Yeah, I think that especially as a real estate investor myself, I've always thought about different use cases for tokenizing real estate. I think one of the biggest one out there that is never talked about is estate planning, or being able to get your employees or others involved in your projects that haven't been able to do that anymore. But the community impact one was something that was a new angle and a new look, and I think that's really going to resonate. I'm excited to see what happens in the church world and the church communities and the United States and beyond, because it's such a favorable idea. You know, I always like to talk about tokenization like having one big gold brick, and it's so difficult to get a lot of people involved, or certainly allow participation in a big gold brick. It's kind of hard to move, but if you take that big gold brick and you turn it into a million gold coins or tokens, it's much easier for other people to get involved. And there's been all sorts of tax questions and things surrounding that, because normally it's a donation, and in this case you're actually buying equity in the church. You're buying real ownership in Old Stone Church. So there are tax benefits from the real estate ownership, but it's not seen as a donation. It's forced us, though, to take a look think about it, all those ministries that participate, they're all nonprofits. So you can actually donate there. They're the tenants of that building. And really, it's just a rising tide raises all ships. And it really can truly make a great community impact, where somebody doing great things for the church also has a benefit besides just the reward of doing something wonderful. I mean, that's a reward in itself. But imagine being able to increase the value of the church, or the value of the token that you had. People can even donate those tokens back to the church for that tax donation, right? Those are thought processes that have become new for us as we're taking a look at this, and just really goes to show why the future of real estate is tokenized.
Yes, I hadn't even thought about that. That you could buy equity in the church, and then you could actually donate the equity of the church to the church for a tax benefit while you're getting the tax benefit of owning real estate. So that's really really interesting. What does success look like for this project? You know, is it dollars raised? Is it impact on the community? Is it everything all together? How are you thinking about it?
Yeah, so in the many conversations I've had with Blake for Old Stone, what success looks like for him is a platform to minister, not only for his ministry, but the others that are there, and to really have a cornerstone for that Fort Collins community. And as he builds this cornerstone for the Fort Collins community and allows the community to participate, gives these ministries a true outlet to serve their mission, he wants to take that model to other churches, other areas, starting in Colorado, but then expanding from there. So I think for them, success ultimately looks like being able to replicate a model that gets the community involved, that benefits everybody involved, and really is just a new way of doing things.
Yeah, I mean, we're super excited about it. We love assets on Polymesh. We love retokens, and we love tokenized real estate. So yeah, we're super excited about it. What's next for retokens?
Yeah, so we've got some exciting things coming up. As mentioned, in about roughly 4 weeks or so here, we should have about 100 million on platform. We think that will start to snowball very, very quickly into a lot of assets on platform. Certainly, publicity like this does not hurt. We also are in the process of obtaining our ATS, our broker dealer ATS license. So this will be a digital ATS where people can trade security tokens, real estate security tokens, on a secondary marketplace. It's always been our mission at REtokens to really reduce the entry barrier into real estate, to give the type of access to the school teachers, the firefighters, the soccer moms that normally don't have access to quality real estate investments like this. What do these folks normally have access to? Crypto investments and stock investments, right? But that's really about it. Maybe some T-bills. But now they can actually own a real piece of real estate and really be involved, whether that's a large apartment building in Texas or whether that's a piece of a church in your own community, something that you can actually drive by, something that you can touch, something that you can follow if you want. And that's very, very different. I mean, tokenization also allows for really cool things like some of these hospitality tokenization projects we're working on. They're actually building features or perks into the tokens. So people that buy so many or buy a certain type of token actually have perks when they stay at the facility itself. So that's going to be an enormous play in the resort and hospitality business. And again, just really leveling the playing field and allowing the average person access to these real estate investments. And that's what our digital ATS will really do. And that's how it'll make an impact to change how we all look at real estate investment.
Yeah, we love it. And any final comments? Any parting words you want to leave the viewers with?
Just to go to retokens.com to check out everything we've got going there. And Graham, I really appreciate the interview. We'll put this on our YouTube channel as well. We put out a lot of educational content on the REtokens YouTube channel. So I'd highly, highly recommend folks go and subscribe to that, as well as the Polymesh YouTube channel, because there's so many exciting things to come and so many exciting things that the viewers can get involved with themselves.
Great. Tyler, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. We've said it before, love working with you guys. It's been a really great ride so far, and looks like only up from here. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely. Polymesh, obviously our blockchain of choice for specific reasons, and the people are a big part of that. So we always appreciate you guys, and we'll look forward to talking again soon.
Great. Thanks, Tyler.
Yep, thanks.